All right, go on camera 2, and you're in a commercial break. Okay, Rob, I'll see you in a little bit. Oh, hey, this is Greg Kelly. You know, when I'm not hosting my show, I'm actually directing other shows. I can do a lot. Anyway, we appreciate your support in our fight for our free speech. You know, we're being hassled by AT&T, DirecTV. Yeah, they just kicked Newsmax off of 15 million TV sets throughout the country. Look, we need your help. Give them a call. Tell them you don't like what they did. Help us fight for free speech, okay? We so appreciate it. Now I got to get back to Rob Schmidt. Okay, Rob, we're ready to go.
That's Newsmax's own Greg Kelly of Greg Kelly Reports. So weeknights, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. You saw him directing in the control room. He took time from his busy day to join National Report live here today.
Hey, Greg, how are you doing? We're glad to have you.
Terrific. Thank you very much. Yes, I'm not directing this show. I'm enjoying it. You guys do a great job, Emma and Sean.
Well, thank you so much. The same to you, by the way. And we just wanted to ask you, because we know DirecTV has essentially stopped viewers who might tune into your evening program typically, but if they've got DirecTV, they can't do it. You know, what's your message to those folks who are probably frustrated with this decision?
Well, we're frustrated too, and please reach out, call AT&T, call your congressman, cancel AT&T. You may want to think about that. Donald Trump recommends that. And join us in our fight for free speech. And so many people already have. They've called the numbers that we provided. They've gone to iwantnewsmax.com. They understand this, and they don't like it. I have actually found that people who don't actually watch my show, or some people who don't even like my show, say they don't like the fact that perhaps they don't have access to it. And this is not what America is supposed to be about, and the demonetization, it's really, really strange, and it's kind of threatening. So please help us fight back, and I know so many of you are already doing that. Thank you.
Yeah, even if you're not a DirecTV subscriber, a lot of folks still standing up for those that are, or that were at least. Greg, I wanted to get to your book. It's been lauded so far, but so many people here. This is Justice for All, how the left is wrong about law enforcement. Not only do you detail attacks by some Democrats on police, you have some calls to action in this new book that we just saw a photo of. Give us a few examples, if you can, for the viewers that are listening right now about your new book, Justice for All.
Well, we can't be afraid of the truth. And actually, last night at the State of the Union, in my opinion, we saw a lot of deception, all the way down to some of the guests who were invited. Now, we hate it when anyone dies, certainly violently. That's just terrible. But Michael Brown, you may remember, was shot and killed by police in Ferguson, Missouri in 2014. A lot of lies were told about what happened that day, and the whole hands up, don't shoot legend was born. But Michael Brown, according to the Obama administration, that was a totally justified shooting by police. Now, Michael Brown's father was invited to the State of the Union last night to watch it, to witness it by Congresswoman Cori Bush. Now, a couple of things there. Michael Brown, he charged police. He was a threat to an officer, a deadly threat to an officer. And it was kind of interesting that Michael Brown's father was invited, because according to Michael Brown's mother, Michael Brown's father wasn't there when Michael Brown was growing up. And I talk about this in my book. It's a huge problem that no one really wants to address. Certainly the left does not. Absentee fathers. It drives crime. It makes law enforcement's job so much more difficult. And for a brief shining moment, Barack Obama was willing to confront that problem, and then he ran away from it because the left threatened him. The left said, we don't want to hear that message. So these difficult truths I bring up, I document them, and I think it had to be documented. I presented, hopefully in an organized fashion, what's really happening, what they're saying about what's happening, which is wrong, and potentially some ways forward.
Yeah, it's a reminder to really take time to pause for the facts of each individual case to come out before immediately springing into action. I'm from the St. Louis area, so I'm very familiar, of course, with Michael Brown's case. But let me ask you, Greg, in your research, what stood out to you about present-day police officers, how they feel when they're out in the field? Do they feel supported by elected officials?
No. That's obvious, and it really started in 2020, and it happened overnight. that Democrats, even some Republicans, and so much of corporate America signed up with an ideology they had no idea what they were really signing up for. Black Lives Matter. And if you look at the mission statement of Black Lives Matter, hey, Black Lives Matter, the slogan sounds fine. What they stand for, though, is abolishing police, abolishing prisons, abolishing the criminal justice system, abolishing the nuclear family. These are kind of strong tenets of socialism, of the far left. And police have paid a big price. They're caught in the middle. So many of society's problems they're being blamed for, and now they're seen as the instrument of a totalitarian state. It is ludicrous. I never thought I'd see it in my lifetime. The left has always been wrong about law enforcement, but now their error has been whitewashed and also kind of accepted by mainstream cultural institutions, which is astonishing, and I feel for them. There's a reason why they're quitting and they're not signing up for the job. It was already a tough job. You already had to risk your life, and now they're trying to get you in trouble. They're trying to arrest you just for performing the basics of the job. It's really a thankless job, and we're in trouble without police.
Especially for folks who've got family in law enforcement. They know that this narrative is out there and it is not helping the men and women who go out every single day, putting their lives on the line to make communities safer. Greg Kelly, thanks so much for joining us today. Justice for All, it's his new book. It's out. Check out social media for how you can get your hands on it. Thank you so much, Greg. Appreciate it.
And Michelle, thank you very, very much.
A reminder to our viewers, you can watch him weeknights 10 p.m. Eastern right here on Newsmax. Greg Kelly Reports. You don't want to miss it.